First we go to Carrow Road for the leaders Norwich against Arsenal. Controversial moments as Brian Gunn, the keeper, brings down Brian Marwood. That's a penalty, says referee Calvin Morton. And Marwood himself is the man who opts to take it. Had such a good season. And there's the perfect penalty tucked away. Arsenal celebrations, but hold on just a moment. The referee spotted encroachment by Merson, in fact. And Marwood has to do it all again. This time it's over the top. And that means a goalless draw at Carrow Road. Norwich are here next week.
Manchester United looked to be heading for their 10th draw of the season. As it transpired, they ended up losing for the second time away. David Speedy's soft shoe shuffle left Mal Donaghy trailing. Cyril Regis did the rest. Coventry move up to third, their highest ever position in Division 1.
And next it's the London derby at White Hart Lane. Watch for some splendid work from Chris Waddle through the referee's legs and then into the Millwall net. Waddle was Tottenham's outstanding player, but Paul Gascoigne did his party piece as well from a free kick. He's so dangerous at these. Millwall couldn't fathom it. And Gazza puts it into the net. 2-0 to Spurs. And celebrations for the Geordie boys.
Southampton, who seem to have a conveyor belt producing young and exciting players, were under pressure early on. Mr. and Mrs. Wallace had nothing to do with Chris Nicholls' latest protégé, Neil Maddison, scoring on his home debut after scoring on his full debut last week. Well, Forest equalised. Now there's a turn-up. They've had more draws than Manchester United. Nigel Clough with an acrobatic finish, his 8th of the season. Well, Forest have lost only once in 19 games. Their 10th draw of the season, though, was threatened late on. Danny Wallace rampaging through, and a super one-handed save there by Steve Sutton.
Stand by now for an absolute thriller at Ayresome Park. Andy Gray through the heart of the Borough defence, and the Villa, who are playing some splendid football at the moment, go one up. Well, Alan McAnally has just about got his own personal star spot at half-time on the match. Gray wins the tackle for him. Give it there, says McAnally, and Gray obliges. Plays the 1-2 off Mowbray, and Villa go 2 up. Borough coming back just before half-time. All sorts of confusion in front of Nigel Spink, and that's Mark Brennan pulling one back. But stand by for a splendid Middlesbrough recovery in the second half. Goodness me, Bruce Rioch's side is really working hard at the moment. And what a day for Tony Mowbray. Knocks it across there, and that's Gary Hamilton with the equaliser. 2-2. What an escape here, though, for Middlesbrough. As Platt drives it in and hits Daly on the line, and it won't go in. Villa handicap, losing Martin Keown for 2 bookable offences, and that weakened them in the air in the middle of their defence. Very apparent here, and it's Mowbray making it 3-2 to Middlesbrough. But even with 10 men, Aston Villa weren't finished, and it's that man, McAnally, once again. Platt puts him through, and look at his pace and strength. 3-3, 17 for McAnally. He's the First Division's top scorer now.
Derby hadn't been beaten in the league since Dean Saunders arrived from Oxford. Luton had lost 5 away. No surprise then when Mick Harford decided the outcome with a really great finish, 19 minutes into the first half.
Now to Upton Park, West Ham and Sheffield Wednesday. Both sides really needed a win. The nearest we got to a goal was a fine volley from Liam Brady. Goalless draw at Upton Park. That's unusual.
Behold, the bald eagle, Jim Smith, the new manager of Newcastle United, given a standing ovation by the crowd, probably because they couldn't see him. But the photographers at St James's Park soon had their trigger fingers working again to record Newcastle's first goal for 7 games, 588 minutes to be precise. John Hendry, the scorer. Well, Wimbledon hit back, aerial stuff. Andy Thorne and Dave Besson had handled it fine, but could do nothing to prevent Terry Gibson. 6th in 8 games, every bit as good as young Cloughie's. But Newcastle weren't to be denied their first win for 6 games to get the Jim Smith era off to a flying start. And a really marvellous second goal by John Hendry. William McFall and Colin Suggett must be wondering why he didn't do that sort of thing for them.
Now let's take a look at Queen's Park Rangers, the club that Jim Smith left, given a splendid start at Charlton by our summariser Trevor Francis, sharp as a tack. Well, Rangers really had to withstand some fierce punishment, and Charlton, who had to win this one, they had to settle though for a point. They got it in the very last minute with a fine effort from Steve Gritt. Charlton though still in bother. Charlton won, Queen's Park Rangers won.